Hello, YouTube, and welcome to 3 Unit Site to race number 3 of the 2009 Coke Vanilla Cup Series season. And alongside me once again for this one is Stephen Paul III.
Hello, guys.
If you didn't watch the duels on
What's wrong with you?
on Thursday, actually, I tried to remember what my schedule was. Well, yeah, what's wrong with you? As on the front row today, a pair of drivers making their season 2009 debuts, Gene Sanford and Jonathan Zorline. Row 2 will see the two Pollards who won the duel, Stephen Pollard III and Steve Pollard. Dylan Young, Tim Randolph make up row 3 with Seth Cole, Owen Miles row 4, and Jessica Shelton, Kenny Moma, who's also making his season debut in row 5. Here's the rest of Starting Grid as I hand over to Stephen for his thoughts and predictions.
Yeah, so if I remember correctly, this is the first CLT races, so we've actually had 2 races under our belt here at this track. It's going to be interesting. There's usually a lot of crashes at 3 unit. At least people are not flying off the track. Well, we did see that last year, so who knows what 125 laps will bring here. Oscon's on the race to bring out a crash-filled race, so that's kind of good at least. But we'll see what kind of pits we have with pit stops as being a short track here, so that could lead to some issues right here. And our final road's going to Gatton Downley and Matt McIntyre making another start. And I guess my pick to watch is going to be Amy Shelley, who's a short track master. I'll let Charles go for that next step before we get to the Grace Command.
As the key part for Amy Shelley, she will be making her 200th career Coke Vanilla Cup Series start as Let's Go Trackside.
Drivers, start your engines!
Command has been given, so Amy Shelley joining an elusive club. There's only a few, I think it's only about 2 or 3 members of the 200 start club now.
Right now.
And my pick to watch, I'm going to go for the points leader, Seth Cole, as my driver to watch.
Only other drivers are Mary and Henry.
Okay. I like I said, I knew it wasn't a very popular club yet. So just the third driver to make her 200 start. We have a few drivers making their Cup Series debut, those being Nick Breeding in the 15 and Christian Vargas in the 99, both of them making their first career Coke Vanilla Cup Series start here today.
And as we get down to the green flag, we'll add another stat in there in a second.
As the NASCAR numbersite.org 500 is green.
Yeah, you should go visit that. Shameless plug. 25 car won this race 2 seasons ago in the pole last year. Got taken out by Allison last year, and when she took out half her teammates. But we don't have to talk about
Allison was in the 25 last year. What are you talking about there?
Well, Jonathan was in the 88, and Allison took him out.
As Steve Pollard going for the race lead, Gene Sanford falling back a little bit on that outside line. She was one of the popular picks in the garage area before this one. Tim Randolph looking right for second.
Steve Pollard leading right here. Steve, I don't think has ever won at a short track in the Coke Vanilla Cup Series. I could be wrong.
I'm trying to think back.
Unless you count Valence Arena as a short track.
I mean,
count
it
as
is
a
a
dirt
short
track
by definition, so.
Yeah, well, here comes Randolph with the lead. Remember last year, Randolph had an turn to 87 twice.
Yeah, he did not have very kind feelings towards Max Anderson last year. As Randolph now to the lead, but for how long? Because here comes Zorline wanting that top spot back.
Kenny Momo's never won in the Coke Vanilla Cup Series and hasn't even made a start this season, and now he's in third.
As that 71 for the Racers group is now up into the top 5. Here comes Seth Cole, the 07.
The Racer, only their second start. They have a top 10 in the 500 with the 70. So, hey, I guess I could go back-to-back with about 4 DQs.
As Bill Bragg Jr. also coming up towards the front. Brett Hill's going to follow by the 27.
That car is 7.
Up front, here comes Zorline.
Yeah, that's 7. I heard rumors that is the same car Zorline won with 2 seasons ago. As you know, they just rebodied it, so maybe they'll give us a good success.
And Kenny Moma wants second away from Tim Randolph. Could this be the start of the comeback here for Kenny Moma? We saw once he started making races, he was on a roll with that 10 car.
Yeah, and he hasn't won. I believe, like I said, his best finish was either second or third. Is Stephen Paul III, who won this race last year and second the year before. Definitely the also favorite in the garage.
As Brett Hill now trying to take the spot away from Seth Cole. Here comes Braddock as well. We had someone go wide, apparently. No spin, though.
Well, hopefully it wasn't Breeding this time.
As Braddock's going to go to the 4th spot on the track now. Gets away from Brett Hill. That's going to open the door for the 57. And here comes Mitchell Collins in the 12 as well. He's going to pass the 07.
And he's not getting the free pass this time. That's good.
And he's getting followed up through by his teammate, Henry Sanford, our most recent winner. We had to get corrected by our statistician there, who, if you saw the Atlanta race, made the note about what we failed on.
Well, that Texas race was also, we forgot to mention, too.
You forgot Kansas is what you said. You forgot him.
Yeah, Kansas was pretty forgettable.
Here comes Kenny Momo looking for the race lead.
Yeah, here he comes.
Side by side into turn number 1. This will be an easy move for Kenny Momo to get done.
And Kenny Momo, wow, good job by the racers group. Didn't expect to see that car up here.
As he gets the race lead away from Zorline. For how long, though? Stephen Paulo third, looking for third spot on Braddock.
Also mentioned, we forgot to mention, the onboards are the 11. Oh, no, the 11 missed the race. 99, 31, 55. 55 missed the 2 and 88. Half our onboards missed the race. So. How about RJ? Here comes the
Reynolds, who has a bit of fame for this track, getting 3 laps back the hard way without the aid of the free pass.
To a 5th place finish.
As now trying to get a spot away from Nick Breeding. This would be for 9th. Brett Hill now going backwards. Derek Hamill gets by Brett Hill.
Yeah, the highest that Kenny Momo. I mean, it's just straight Kenny Momo right here. He could be a jump Dylan Young in the points, which I think that's top 20, isn't it?
You'd have to look for. Well, you have to look for how many points Momo had coming in, which is
0.
20.
Oh, the DNQ points. Oh, I forgot about that. Whoops.
Yeah, so he has 20. If he led the most laps and won, that'd be 185 for a grand total of 205.
So they'd be past Duncan,
that would put him ahead of William Duncan, other than the fact of Duncan getting points. So,
yeah.
Other than the fact of who could actually get points and who gets what points as well, Kenny could find himself top 30, maybe even top 25.
Amy Shelley with a 2-car, 2-for-1 special right there. How about all of no, that's not all Penske Racing. That's both Penske cars made the race.
Missed the race in 77.
He's missed
it's all of Penske that made the race.
Well,
as Mitchell Collins tries to get a spot away from Amy Shelley. This would be for 5th.
Yepes has missed everything in the sun this season, so RJ Reynolds up to 9th. Oh, I mean up to 10th.
10th. Looking for 9th, though, on Derek Hamill.
How about Breeding?
As Breeding just outside the top 10 now in that 15 car for Mark Davis Motorsports?
No, yes, Mark Davis Motorsports, correct.
Making his debut. Probably just wants a quiet day, really. He's not going to be able to attempt Mosport next week, so obviously
they'll have
not get any points for it.
Yeah, he'll be in the truck next week. I mean, he did wreck in the truck race, so I mean, they got to bang out the fenders in that Derek Hill car.
As Derek Hamill trying to take a peek at the 41, this would be the battle for 8th.
Yep, good. And let's see what he could do right here. Hamill had. I mean, he didn't have a good season last year. Let's be honest.
I mean, it's solid. He didn't make the chase, but he was top 30 in points, I think, most of the year.
Woo, flirting with disaster.
As RJ Reynolds now trying to take a peek at Tim Randolph in the battle for 9th.
Yep, there he comes. There's Henry right here trying to get back wins for like the 3rd time in his career.
Well, has a long way to go. He's currently in 7th as Kenny Momo has checked out. Braddock now looking for 2nd on Zorline.
He's got a nice hard lead right there in that 71 car.
A lot of dust kicked up off of turn number 2 there, but everyone kept it going in the right direction at least.
Gonna have to take a shot every time I think of that sponsorship. As here comes the 28 car right here.
Braddock all over the back of Zorline right now, trying to find a way around our pole sitter.
We got Extends and GoDaddy 1-2. What a potent combination. We almost have Golden Corral coming here. Yep, and an unsponsored 57 car in 4th.
As looks like Braddock might have the move here. It's going to be alongside him down the front straightaway.
Top 10 eat free. I wonder if I can go to an actual Golden Corral and say that Bill Bragg Jr. finished top 10.
They probably wouldn't listen to you.
No, because they're all idiots. Oh, wait, what? Here goes a 25 car.
Braddock gets 2nd spot away from Zorline. As now Zorline going to try and get into a little bit of a groove here before Pollard swarms that 25 car.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Before he makes an attack. 25 is the Well, Seth had a decent season in 07. Besides that, the 25 has had some tears since 05.
And we're already starting to get to that point where Kenny Moma might be catching the back of the field.
At least Sam Young's not going to be in front of him.
Because Kenny Moma's coming off turn number 2, and the rest of the field right now is in turn number 3. Roberto Crown Jr., William Brock, Carter Joey, Time Pollard's back here as well.
Oh, we always show the car ahead. Now, this is a funny story. So we mentioned the Brandon Ash and the Joe Gibbs here. The 11 and 20 has missed every race. The first time the 02 is Joe Gibbs this season, they made the race. Maybe they need to give that car to Reem and Allie Nelson here.
Maybe. There's Peter Onjek. He's fallen to 35th. There's our race sponsor.
Look at these two right here. Car. The 05 and the 66. If the 66 took out the 05, that'd be the greatest thing ever.
Matt McIntyre, after starting, I think, he was shotgun on the field, wasn't he? He's now up to 25th.
Gene's struggling.
Yeah, that 87's fallen back. She just hasn't been able to really get to the bottom, I would imagine.
Yeah, she's going to need some more huckleberry sauce to get up there.
Braxton, JT Bryant, this is the battle for 21st. Gatlin Downey's up to 20th after starting 41st.
Yeah, they got some speed in that Dodge right there. This is the prayer car.
And Reading now back into the top 10. He got around RJ Reynolds.
Yeah, RJ dropped to 11th in the quality concrete car. That's 15.
It looks like Pollard is starting to close in on Zorline for 3rd. So we watch the battle for 9th.
We got Cat versus Bobcat this season. I don't know anything about construction, so I don't know which one's better.
I don't know either. Amy Shelley as well, also catching this battle for 3rd.
Amy was in the 78 last season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Amy won last year at Atlanta and Martinsville was her 2 wins last year, so got a short track prowess to her.
I love how you're saying Atlanta in that sentence for saying short track prowess.
Well, she won at, where's Amy? She won at Martinsville, Iowa, Richmond, Vensel Arena. And she also has 3 mile-and-a-half wins with 1 SS, so she's pretty good at mile-and-a-half and short tracks.
As field kind of getting single file right now as Amy Shelley closes in on the 57, so we might have a battle for 4th before we have the battle for 3rd.
Hey, you know what? If anybody who's complained in the chat, listen, this is better. Usually a race at 3 we have 10 cautions, and your driver's getting taken out of the race. This is going to be some strategy. So I don't want to hear no crying about long green flag runs here. This is actually how NASCAR should be nowadays without 2 fake cautions.
As Amy now all over the back bumper of our defending race winner here, Stephen Paul III.
Yeah, I will defend Charles on that one. This is exciting because we saw with the pit stops, whoever pits early will get up front, then they'll fall back. We don't have cautions to determine who gets to the front and the back. Yeah, that's
surviving
true too.
pit lanes is a task in itself here.
I know I'm going to get reamed in the comments, but all right, you guys can ream. I'm probably going to miss the live chat anyways, but maybe I won't.
As looking for a way around, Shelley taking a peek now on Pollard, fourth.
So I think this will be the debut win in the season for the 71. That's pretty impressive.
Hold up. Before we're still not even halfway through this race. We're not even a fifth of the way through this race. Oh no, actually.
The 71 is checked out. That's fine.
We are a fifth of the way through this race, but there is still a lot of stuff that can happen to Kenny Moma before we hand him the win.
The 05 is still on track.
The tire wear already starting to kick in now.
Yeah.
In fact, these guys are under 100 now in the turns. Jeff James, we haven't mentioned this yet, but as far as I know, this is the lone Canadian in the field as we are visiting Ontario, Canada.
I'm pretty sure we ran here in season 3, right?
Probably. Oh, it's Chris Wilson, on the grass. Charles Sanford taking 23rd spot away from Gatlin Downey. So
Jeff
some
finished,
people making moves.
Yeah, Jeff finished 27th, has only started the MWR 15 for getting hurt. I believe that was the storyline.
No, Workman got hurt and he switched over to 29.
What happened? Oh, Jeff, and then he went on a tear when he went to RCR.
Yeah. Pretty Shaw, Max Anderson trying to get spots away inside the top 20. So we have Anderson and Shelton now. This is for 17th.
Yeah, Shelton missed last week's race, made the 2 out of 3. So that's going to help them in owner points.
Yeah, basically a lot of the cars this week is just about trying to position yourself to try and get into a good spot for points for next week.
Pretty much right here as the 78 card.
Mosport will be the first race that uses this year's points. Compared to
and I'm pretty sure you'll see the duels on Thursday, and then we'll see the truck, and I don't know how Charles is going to do it.
I haven't even figured out how I'm going to do that.
Because, yeah, we're going to be going from great old North Wilkesboro to out of the border, you know.
As Derek Hamill trying to take a peek at Mitchell Collins, this would be for 7th. So we did miss that Henry Sanford cleared his teammate for 6th.
God,
so
Henry's
got him some clean air.
Like we mentioned, Henry's career resurgent. I think he only won 1 race between season 2 to season 5, and then the last 2 years he's just been on a tear with 6 wins, so he's on a roll.
Well, he's had 4 wins last year. He has 1 now already for this season. Nick Breeding goes
season.
Wide. Mary Shelley's gone around RJ Reynolds for 11th, and Steve Pollard wants 8th spot away from Derek Hamill. As he might be able to get this spot here is going into turn number 1. They're alongside of each other. It's going to allow Mitchell Collins to get some breathing room.
Yep, and here goes it down here. Steve has, I can't remember what car he ran. Yeah, I think he ran the 98 here this last year.
Yeah, it would have been the 90. Well, or did, that's right, yeah, because he had won by that point, so then it was like, that would have been 2 seasons ago, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, let's see. That
was 2 seasons ago that he scored it.
Yeah, Steve blew up, and then he won the following week, so I guess that paid off.
As Kenny Moma is starting to catch the back of the field. Brett Moma's back here now. There's Vargas.
Yeah,
Allison Rain is back here. Allison 4th in the points coming into this one. She is not running well, though, today.
Vargas not having a good debut at all. The last Roush driver to debut non-Daytona was Matt Duncan, where he finished 4th. Still Matt Duncan's best career finish, as Duncan is a D&Q regular, so.
And that is also the best non-Daytona debut for a driver in the Coconut Cup Series.
Someone finished 2nd, but we're not going to be mentioning names on the broadcast.
As MoMA should start catching the back of the field here momentarily. But how well will MoMA be able to navigate the lap traffic? As we've got pit stops.
And here comes everybody here.
So MoMA's going to pit. Does anyone stay out? No. Everyone is pitting lap 45.
Oh, boy.
Shelton, though, got wide. Brett Hill actually will stay out. So I stand corrected. Brett Hill, JT Bryant stay out.
Who runs the issues on pit road is the other $1,000 question.
Well, we'll figure that out once pit stops cycle through. Zorline leads a lap on pit lane, so Brett Hill needs to stay out an extra lap if he wants to lead a lap. Seth Cole also had stayed out.
It's strategy here as they got the caution right now. Be good for them.
Pollard coming off pit lane.
Yep.
And it looks like we're going to be able to navigate this without a caution, at least. I'm not going to say without incident.
Yeah. So correct, it was 2nd at Pocono in season 3. That was the best non-Daytona debut. Nobody's ever won in their non-Daytona debut, and it probably won't happen today.
As looks, well, MoMA is going to win the race off pit lane with between Zorline.
Yep. Brock's a lap down.
Seth Cole did lead a lap while on pit lane. And damage for Logan Alexander. So there's someone that's suffered some pit lane issues.
Yep, they're gonna need some chrome to beat that bumper out.
They will try to repair the car though. Carter Joey's lost a lap through the pit cycle. Kenny Moma is still the race leader.
Yeah, and he's now got deep in lap traffic. Seth Cole was a lap down.
Well, we'll have to see. There are just 26 cars on the lead lap.
Holy crap.
Hold up. 30. JT Bryan is the first car lap down 31st, but it is Kenny Momo leading. 2nd is Jonathan Zorline. 3rd is Amy Shelley. 4th is Steve Hall the 3rd. Braddock is 5th. Steve Pollard 6th. Henry Sanford 7th. Mitchell Collins 8th. Derek Hamill 9th. Mary Shelley is in 10th. Wilson is 11th. Randolph 12th. Pretty Shaw, Nick Breeding, Charles Sanford, Jessica Shelton, Kev Shear, RJ Reynolds, William Duncan, and Hunter Braxton, the top 20. Paul Swanson, Gatlin Downey, Time Pollard, Gene Sanford, Owen Miles, Jack James, Brett Moma, Brett Hill, Dylan Young, the lead lap cars as Seth Cole goes a lap down once again in 30th.
Yeah.
So
JT's
our points
31st.
leader just got lapped.
JT's in 31st.
Yeah, so JT is, well, looking for 30th. Peter Onjak, Trey Smith, Matt McIntyre, William Brock, Allison Rain, Jeff James, Max Anderson, Christian Vargas, Roberto Crown Jr., and Carter Joey are all one lap down. Logan Alexander with the extra stop is now 2 laps down.
Jesus, that's an F. Dylan Young up in front of here, man. Hendrick is struggling. Besides Zorline, Hendrick is in the crapper.
Well, when is that not the case, though?
That's very true, but I got to give you that one.
As JT Bryant gets his lap back, now in 30th. I think he was one of the last to pit, though, so that might come into play. Well, I thought Seth was going to be able to pull away, in all honesty.
Yeah, and now lap now.
Amy Shelley, Stephen Pollard III have both gone around Jonathan Zorline, who's now fallen to 4th and been overtaken by his Hendrick teammate, who's a lap down.
Now you gotta have to remember that these guys are on pretty much equal ratings here because we're not like the some other series that every car is off on rating stuff. So they're gonna battle the leaders pretty hard here because the ratings are kind of equal here. So
Peter
see how that's gonna play
Onjak
to
gets
back.
by Seth Cole. That is for 31st. Onjak trying to now get a lap back from his good friend Kenny Moma.
Yeah, so if you see another series, the 46 will just drop like a rock. But no, they're going to race each other. 98
JT
making
Bryant
passes.
trying to use his tires to get a spot away from Dylan Young. That is for 29th.
You see, I'd rather
moves the 98 up a spot.
Yeah, I'd rather see that interesting strategy because that 98 will make more spots. It's better than him passing half the field if they pit under caution.
And Onjak now makes the move on the 71.
Just
as
don't
we
take
got
him
battle
out.
for second here. Stephen Paul III, 1 second spot away from Amy Shelley.
Yeah, we're going to have to redo the system if I finish second, first here.
Well, I mean, we kind of already did by making sure that it's only going to use the last 4 years.
That's correct. Well, that'd be the last 3 years then. 07 car battling here, right here.
Seth on fresher tires than the 71, trying to get his lap back. Can't quite get it. Now Onjak trying to get around Dylan Young. This would be the battle for 30th.
As we focus on this, Chris Wilson has entered the top 10. Braddock has dropped down to 8th after being in the top 5.
Yeah, so Wilson was able to get around Breeding.
Yes.
I think. As
Yes,
Collins
it's all
trying
fine.
to battle Braddock. This is for 8th.
Looks like the long run speed is not there for the 28 car.
And it definitely isn't. As Vargas now going to try and unlap himself in relation to the 28.
And 57s in the 4 car are catching Kenny Moma.
Yeah, as Henry Sanford trying to grab 5th spot away from Steve Pollard. Here comes the 2. He's going to try and get 4th now away.
Oh, God. Is Henry going to win every race this year?
I hope not.
Me neither. Here comes the 25.
Here comes the 2.
Yeah, boy.
Sanford is on a roll. He's going to grab 4th spot easily from Zorline.
Oh, Steve Pollard had to hit the brakes because he's going to take the 25 car into the catch fence like Joe Davis did.
And now Seth still trying to get around the 71. This is allowing the 57 to catch up more so because he's getting the draft off of Seth.
I'm going to give you this amazing fact. First and third have not even made a start coming into this race, and they're running 1-3. That is incredible.
And here comes Seth, the points leader, trying to get his lap back. As Onjak has gone by the 24.
Here goes Pollard.
Here comes the 57. We might have a battle for the race lead here in a moment.
I guess you could call me Steven Joshua Hyatt Pollard because I'm trying to do the same thing he did in Atlanta.
Talking about the back-to-back.
Yeah.
Battle up here as JT
Gene
Bryant
Sanford,
now has gone by
that's a-
Gene Sanford. That is for 28. This 98 is flying.
I am very surprised with Gene right there. That I was not expecting Gene. 8 car
Jack James
damage.
has damage to the right side of his car. Meanwhile, the
Just start
57
fast.
took a peek for the lead.
Yep, he got by Kyle Matthews and shattered the 48's dreams last year. So let's see if he can do it again. Well, not with Kyle, but with another driver. He has never won before.
As MoMA using that higher line, trying to get the run off the corner.
Well, correction, the 48's never won. Kyle's won one race that was very forgettable, so there you go.
As I thought I saw a battle, it was actually McIntyre trying to get around Allison Rain.
How about the more amazing fact? 67, almost 67 laps green at 3 unit. Never thought I'd see the day that happened.
A testament to these drivers that they have been able to
Yes.
go this long into a run without a caution. And Pollard is there, side by side for the lead at 3 unit.
And can he get there? He's got Kenny Momo. Oh my God.
And MoMA I should say Pollard takes the lead. That's what I wasn't going for that either way. Now
87 almost in the
Object
dirt.
trying to go around the 87 of Gene Sanford. That would be for 29th. Time Pollard is falling back.
Yeah, Ty Paul was 39th at one point, so good job by
know
going
what
up
it
to the
is?
field a little bit.
44 and the 87 were some of the first to pit, actually, by definition. Because we saw him
Yep.
pitting ahead of the leader.
And I think what did they pit, lap 40?
I think it was a little later than that, but yeah, close enough.
Yeah, you're only going to have one more pit stop if we pit on lap 80, so.
Now Steven trying to maybe put the points leader back one lap down. And the points leader surprisingly just not got the handle despite having some of the freshest tires in the field.
Yeah, it looks like, well, I think JT was able to pass Kenny fast, and he's just been in dirty air.
Nick
You
Breeding's
know,
now
with these
back into
COT
the top 10.
Yeah, with these COT cars, they're like bricks in dirty air, so, you know, this is why people never like this package.
As Breeding was able to get around Braddock.
Yeah, Braddock's been struggling. Look at the time. Look, 8.24 to a 6.38, so he's struggling on those tires.
His last lap time was a 20.835. The guys who were racing were running sixes.
Yep. Let's see right here.
This
Comes the
would be
04 with that
Brown trying to
position.
go for 38th on Max Anderson.
Yeah, right now Chris Wilson and Steve Pollard would be the top of the chart right now, because they're in the top 10. The other guys are struggling mightily.
Yeah. Well, those would be
we
the
saw-
favorites to be the points leader, at least. Yeah.
We saw Chris Wilson was third in points most of the year behind Henry and Mary, so Chris is pretty good with consistency.
Yeah, he was up there at least. As Pollard not able to navigate the lap traffic, that's keeping MoMA up here.
Well, if you see who's in front of the 57, the 87 is holding its entire pack up.
Or is it Time Pollard holding him up?
Well, if it's time, Pollard, I'm taking it to a dark room then.
As on Jack trying to get around Jack James. JT Bryant, though, is now past Owen Miles, Brett MoMA, and Brett Hill.
That 98 is on a freaking tear.
And he is still flying. He's trying to get by Swanson. Brett MoMA now trying to get around Owen
Big
Miles.
damage to Brett Moma, though.
Some side damage there. Peter Onjek now has gotten around the 8.
Yep.
And
87.
Dylan Young has now gotten around the 44. Time Pollard.
Yep.
I think
Pollard
it is Time Pollard, though, that's holding him. Well, maybe it is Gene. I don't know.
Yeah, let's see what they can do. Seth is now trying to pass
Seth
time right
trying
at
to
3
get
wide
around
can be dangerous.
This would be 3 points for Seth if he can get it. So it's key points right now at this point in the season.
Yep, Paul had to that's a bad angle for Pollard.
Well, that's the line you want to run, though, when you're trying to pass someone. You'll lap the 44 and the 87.
I'm very surprised with Jean. I expected so much more out of her in this race. That is so disappointing for that team.
Well, she had the speed to get in at least, though. Obviously,
No.
for Nemco, what they're going to hope for is that they can build on this and start having some faster cars. So
Seriously. As 57, 07 still, but where's 98? Already up to
JT's
21st.
now up to 22nd. He's gone by Swanson. Runs it wide, though. Dirt tracked it a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, 8 car with good pace, though, with no hood.
Well, how much is that? New tires.
Very true, very true.
As Brett Hill was able to get around Brett MoMA and Owen Miles.
Yep. 96 Yates Hall of Fame Racing made 2 out of 3 races so far this year.
And now we're back into this point as now Amy Shelley's
Shelley.
going for second.
Yep, tire. As you see, the drivers trying to make a little aggressive passes. Their tire was going to 06 car trying to get by MoMA too.
That is Trey Smith. He's in 33rd. His next battle is the 87.
Yep, trying to get up there. Amy Shelley's on a tear too. She's coming in that hefty. We got Morgan McClure, Norm Benning in the racing group, the top three. What is Earth?
And then 4th place is Penske, with 5th place being Kirk Shelmerton.
Yeah, what is this?
As Henry's now caught in behind Brock, that's losing him time.
Yeah, for sure. But Amy's stuck behind cars with
Amy's running a 21:35 right now. If she can get around these guys, it might help. Allison Rain now also trying to unlap herself compared to Kenny Momo. So whatever they did to the 71, they need to undo it and pronto.
You know what? It's absolutely funny for Pollard. So in the first race, wait, hold on. Am I looking at this right one? Yeah, first race I ran at 3 and I finished 42nd. Finished second the next year and won last year. So I think we're like a 3 unit after 06.
As JT is set sail on this pack, Peter Onjak now has caught Brett Moma. This would be for 26th.
Zorlines has got passed by the 00 and the 12. He's down to 8th.
As we're now still at 30 lead lap cars right now.
We've gone 80th. I am just blown away how far green we've made it.
As Brett Hill now trying to go around Paul Swanson. This would be for 23rd.
Yep, Swanson 36th, 35th. Now this would be his best career finish to be finished right there.
Best cup finish at least.
Yeah.
As he's going to be under attack now because here comes Brett Hill. He's got
stops.
Oh, yep. Chris Wilson, the first to pit.
Now that might not be a good move, and somebody else pulling down too.
Well, we'll have to see it. It gives him a clean pit lane, for one. Time Pollard, William Brock are on pit lane.
Oh, somebody in the dirt.
Paul Swanson is pitting. So now we watch the leaders. We'll see when they pit.
Yep, or when hopefully they don't run into too many issues.
Well, I think the second time around, one, you'll get more spread out, so you have less likelihood. A lot of the issues with that first cycle is everyone's on pit lane at the same time. As Dylan Young now gets by Jack James in the 8. Yep. That's going to allow Seth Cole to get a move done.
Now you're going to have some cars, and we're going to have some very interesting speeds going around here.
We have Chris Wilson. He's now caught the race leaders. He's 2 laps down right now. This is a must-make move for the 42 of Chris Wilson.
Dylan Young, man.
As Young pits as well as Pollard. Wilson needs to not get held up. He needs to make these moves quick to use the tires while he can.
Yes.
And just look at the difference of driving into that corner between the 42 and the 8. As Charles Sanford also is one of the first to pit.
We don't have a caution. This is the money stop.
Oh, he did have a spin, though. Gatlin Downey's got issues.
That's off the track. That's off the track. So I don't think that's a caution. That was off the track. I don't know who spun.
I don't know who either. As where does Wilson cycle out of all this? There's Steve Pollard with damage. I don't know how we're still green either.
And cautions are on, because it's the same thing from the truck series.
As trying to see where this is all going to cycle out. The 57 is still the leader, supposedly. There goes Wilson, and I think that was for the race lead.
Wow, that was new tires record, but it's going to fall off.
It's going to fall off now. Wilson needs a caution yesterday now. No, Kenny Moma's to the lead.
The hell did he come from?
And Amy Shelley's now second. Chris Wilson's third. Stephen Pollard the third back to fourth. Derek Hamill is fifth. Steve Pollard sixth. Brett Hill's now got no hood. Seventh place is Charles Sanford.
What?
Eighth place is Henry Sanford. Zorline is on pit lane. Nick Breeding's ninth. Mitchell Collins is 10th. RJ Reynolds now looking for that 10th spot in 11th. JT Bryant is 12th. Tim Randolph is 13th. Braddock's back to 14th. Brett Moma through all this is 15th. Swanson up to 16th. Duncan, Shelton, and Owen Miles and Pretty Shaw the top 20. Mary Shelley, Time Pollard, Kev Shear and William Brock are the 24 lead lap cars. Here comes Amy Shelley trying to win in her 200th start.
And look, does she have damage? Oh, it's glitching.
I don't know if she's got actual damage or if it's just a damage glitch.
Yeah.
As Logan Alexander now made what might be his final stop of the day.
It looks like it might be
I think
Zorline
it's actual damage, but then it's also glitching a little bit inside of it. As here we go for the race lead.
Amy Shelley. Morgan McClure. Morgan McClure hasn't won. God, I can't remember the last time Morgan McClure won.
2006. Preston Plord.
Yes, I think
Amy Shelley to the lead, trying to win in her 200th career start.
Yeah. I don't think Preston won, actually.
Yeah, he did. 04. That was Morgan McClure.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Am I looking at it? Yeah, see, I don't have him highlighted as the win.
Then who was it? They've won.
Oh, with Chris Washer. That's right. They won back-to-back Kansas races. Remember that?
As Jonathan Zorline now back to 39th with
bumper
damage
to 25. Yeah.
He had an extended stay on pit lane.
Hendrick Motorsports' his shambles continue.
As I should also mention then, lap down, Dylan Young, Hunter Braxton, Seth Cole, Jack James, Carter Joey, Allison Rain, Matt McIntyre, Gene Sanford, Roberto Crown Jr., Brett Hill, Jeff James. 2 laps down are Max Anderson, Gatlin Downey, Trey Smith, and Zorline is 3 laps down. Logan Alexander is 6 laps down, and Onjek and Vargas are out.
Oh boy, tough break for them. Vargas dead last in his debut. That sucks.
As Stephen Paul III making quick work of the 42. That was for 3rd.
Yeah,
and
Morgan
Pollard
McClure's
waited
only won
the longest to pit. From what I can tell, he basically waited the longest.
Whoa!
Oh, and that's the points leader that was off course.
Yeah, Morgan McClure's only won. It's been since season 3 Kansas since the Morgan McClure team won, and they've only won 2 races. 2 races at Kansas. We're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. We're a 3-unit in Canada.
Well, it's not over yet. There's still a long way to go. Pollard is trying to close.
Yep, new tires here. RJ into the top 10.
Yep. He loves 3. That's a guy who loves 3-unit as well.
If RJ could run every race.
Huh?
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, Steve Pollard trying to look now for 4th on Chris Wilson. You were trying to say about RJ?
If RJ could run every race at 300, I bet you run 1,000 laps at this damn place.
As Pollard going to make quick work of Wilson, this is where the strategy, I don't know where Wilson was running before, but if he can stay in the top 10, I'd say it was a good strategy call.
You know, I don't know if this ever happened, but 2 of Charles's drivers, 2 of my drivers are in the top 10. I don't know if that's ever happened before, but that's looking pretty good right now.
If it has, it's been rare.
Yeah, very
McIntyre,
rare.
Allison Rain, this is the battle for 30th here between the 36 and the 39. This is going to be the first time that Allison Rain has not finished in the top 10 this season.
I think we're only at 36 minutes into the video. It's been 100 laps so far.
Should point out there were 3 drivers who had finished top 10 in every race so far this season as the frames just died.
That's an understatement.
So the 3 drivers were Seth Cole, who is currently in 27th. He had finished top 5 in every race so far this season. Chris Wilson, who is still running in 5th, but on the oldest tires in the field. And Allison Rain, who is currently in 30th, but is catching the 05, who again, caution!
Caution! Well, there goes that.
Downey and Henry!
We waited 104 laps for a caution.
Henry Sanford was collected in it.
Wow, 105. I still commend the drivers for that long. It's going to be a long caution.
And the free pass will be Dylan Young.
Yeah, everybody's going to pit for tires.
I would imagine so, or not, maybe. Who knows? With that said, let's take a look at what happened to bring out the caution for the first time today. Taking a look at what happened, coming off turn number 2, Gatlin Downey running a little bit wide, is going to put 4 tires off onto the grass, and then coming back on course right into Brett Hill. turns
Well, you know,
the 60 down into the 2, and they're both going for a ride into towards the hill.
well, we just had 105 left. Galton, first kind of the time running this long, his arms were getting a little tired. He tried to drift it, and then just boom, calamity.
And unfortunately for Henry Sanford, was running 9th and gets taken out by someone else's mess. And you know what? Henry was 7th in points coming into this one, looking for his second top 10 of the year. And we are back. No drivers out of the race after that last incident. Amy Shelley is the race leader. We have varying pitch strategies, though. Kenny Moma is 2nd. Braxton is in the wrong line. Pollard is 3rd. Steve Pollard is 4th. Breeding is 5th. Braddock is 6th. Owen Miles 7th. Pretty Shaw 8th. Shelton 9th. Mary Shelley in 10th. Chris Wilson is the first car on new tires in 12th. Everyone behind him on the lead lap pit. Other than
it's
the 24.
going to be interesting.
24 didn't take advantage of a free pass and pit. So, as we are green once again from 3 unit.
Yeah, let's see what's going to happen here. Oh, boy. Oh,
No.
It's going to be very interesting.
Amy Shelley gets clear. That is the best news that she could have. I'm not quite sure why Braxton lined up in the line he lined up in.
Yeah, that's the wrong line.
It's not even really the line you want to line up in if you have the choice. Kenny Moma still stuck up high. Jack James gets inside of Seth Cole. That was for 25th.
Yeah, there he goes.
Anderson now trying to get extra spots. That is 3rd in points, trying to get a spot away from the points leader. Where is Wilson in all of this? He's fending off from Duncan.
He's flying, though.
Duncan's on the inside line. I'm flying. Here
Look at
comes
this.
Brett Moma. Mitchell Collins trying to get up into the top 10.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Here comes
Oh
Moma in the 0-2. 4
Is he on the
wide
lap?
off of turn 4.
Oh, it's not going to work. That worked. No, it didn't. Yes, it did.
It
Oh, my
did.
God.
How did
Brett
it
Moma
work?
is
I don't
flying.
know.
Oh,
Moma, contact with
oh,
Hill.
God.
Oh, more contact.
How? How? Are we green?
Brett Moma
Oh my God,
is
he's still
flying. He's up to 7th.
Oh, my God.
Could the
Give this man
0-2
the
caution
chip.
is out.
Caution. Oh, my God. Oh,
And we
Jesus
can
Christ.
breathe.
Oh, my God. I am
And
not
the
dying in the
free
chat.
pass this time
Who
will
cares?
go to Jack James.
What the? My Brett Moma. My God. That was the greatest 2 laps of
Brett
driving I've ever
Moma
seen.
went to 5th. He's up to 5th.
That was the greatest.
Let's go
2 laps
ahead,
I've ever
while we
seen.
have a shot, let's go ahead and take a look at what happened to bring out the caution. And we're back. I'm not sure what point it started recording there, but they were 4 wide. We
Yep,
kind of
that-
could tell
oh,
that something like
God.
this was going to happen.
And then Duncan, yeah, they can't, no blame to Jess right there. Just got to get all the spots you can. And there's the Canadian flag. Oh, Canada.
And she got squeezed up into the wall. And William Duncan with a near miss there. He's lucky that that car did not get beached.
Yeah, I remember last year Matt was on top of the freaking beach.
So Duncan able to continue and maybe put a new set of tires on that car. We'll have to see. With that said, we will go ahead and get you back to the restart. And we are back. Hunter Braxton just took his car behind the wall. Amy Shelley is the leader over Stephen Paul III, Kenny Moma, Owen Miles, Brett Moma, Steve Pollard, Paul Swanson, Mitchell Collins, Time Pollard, Nick Breeding for a single file restart. We have all the lead lap cars ahead of the lap down cars. Duncan is going back to 4th to pit lane, so he's got issues with that car.
Yeah, as I think Brett Moma's got the win.
I think it's going to be hard to disagree with that.
Does Owen Miles have fresh tires too?
I don't know. I don't know who all pit. As the green flag is back out,
Well,
it is a 6-lap shootout here at 3 unit.
Well,
Here comes
Brett
the
Moma was in
57.
Well, that's gonna give a key right here. A wreck now is a green white checker probably.
Yeah. And that would actually, a wreck would also put Seth Cole into the free pass spot.
Hey, here comes the
Here's
car.
Swanson, here comes Brock.
Brock out of nowhere. Brock started at the back of the field.
He was at the back at one point. I know that for a fact. He didn't start out back. Brett
2
Moma's
cars
gone
on a
4th
mission.
from Owen Miles.
Yeah, he is. Oh, 96 didn't pit then. Oh God, here comes the O2 machine.
Moma's to 3rd.
Going for his 3rd career win.
It's like only when this guy makes a race does he win.
I know.
All he does
and,
is win. Here comes Brock and Time Pollard.
And,
There's
here
Momo
he
to
comes
the lead.
again. Let me remind you, this is only the other car for Gibbs that's made a race this season besides Barry. Oh my
Brett
God!
Moma to
please.
the race lead. Here comes Time Pollard for second. 3 laps
hell
to
is
go.
Ty Paul was a lap down in 30th, holding up the field.
Brock to third. Derek Hamill's going for fourth.
Brett Moma. This will be the first time this is Brandon Ash. We saw this partnership last year. What is going on in
3
the earth?
wide for second off turn 4 for a moment. 2 to go.
Oh my God! All he wants to see is that white flag. That's all the O2 wants to see. How about
Brock
this
going for
resurgence?
second.
The resurgence. Charles Sanford coming to the top
Sanford's
5.
up into the top 10.
What is
Here
this
comes
race?
GT.
How about RJ?
RJ's not in this race. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for Brett Moma.
RJ Reynolds not in this race. He's 11th.
Oh, where? Oh yeah, that's never mind. I'm sorry. I'm thinking
And
of RJ
Brett
Bishop.
Moma, 3 wins in about 12 starts. What a career!
Coming through turns 3 and 4. Do you
Holy
believe in
crap.
miracles? Brett Moma wins a 3 unit.
Let me remind you, Brett Moma's made less than 10 career starts and he has 3 wins.
What just happened?
RJ, there is the disappearing
He's up
RJ
into
Reynolds.
11th.
Wow.
What a
Wow.
finish.
Let me remind you, Brett Moma was in the 20s on that restart. He drove the wheels off that O2 car.
Brett Moma started 36.
36. And remember, we had 102 laps green, and he drove the wheels off that car.
Top 10 today. Brett Moma, William Brock, Time Pollard, Derek Hamill, JT Bryant,
Holy
Charles
shit.
Sanford with a 6th, Amy Shelley 7th, Stephen Paul III, Chris Wilson, and Paul Swanson rounding out the top 10. What a race. Stephen, your final thoughts.
I mean, it's just unbelievable. I'm just counting his starts. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is Brett Moma's 13th career starts. 3 wins, 3 top 5s, and 3 top 10s. I don't think 3 wins, 3 top 5s, and 4 top 10s. I don't think anybody's going to ever massify that. That is not Brandon Ash's first win. That is actually Gibbs' first win since the 21 last season, didn't they? With Brock last year. That's the first
20.
time the fourth.
I said the 21.
The 20, I mean, sorry. The 4th Joe Gibbs car is won. I don't know if the 80 won back in the day, but I don't think it did with Derek Gronowski.
No, it only ran
With
a
Derek
couple times.
Gronowski. Now the O2 has won more races than the 11 car has in the last. It's now tied with the same amount of wins in the last 2 seasons. That is an unbelievable job by Joe Gibbs. And watch, next week it's going to be the Brandon Ash car. William Brock at second. William Brock's finished 25th, 15th, and now second. Out of nowhere. And that's Brock's old ride. Well, technically his old team there. Time Pollard from disappointment last week. Derek Hamill. Is that Derek Hamill's best career finish? Let me see.
I don't think so. I think he had a 3rd last year.
Yeah, 3rd at Atlanta last season. Almost his best career finish. Charles, that's going to help them out in the points. They ain't going to be in the straight and the crappers like last season. Amy Shelley, first start of the season, 7th. RJ, 11th. Great job. Moma with the heartbreak. He was leading on the restart.
His first career start in 16th.
Better than with Vargas. Tim Randolph, 18th. Wow, and this is why I say this is why long green flag works out. Christian Vargas is going to have a terrible debut. Trey Smith, a bad run at the end.
Duncan ended up
retired.
taking his car behind the wall.
Seth was 24th. Where did Chris Wilson end up? I think he finished top 10 still, right?
I think so. Yeah, 9th.
Yeah. So Chris Wilson is most likely going to be the points with Steve Paul, and I mean JT might have a chance. Guys, it's been a great race to Rico. I cannot believe what job Brett Moma done. Brett Moma, like I said, he has missed more races than he has started, and he's won 3 races. He won it at Sonoma, I believe it was 8 Bowl he won, and then he won here. Brett Moma is the driver of the decade so far.
Well,
and,
if he wasn't already, he's in the All-Star race again, and you know what? He's in it, so he might win it. Who knows?
I don't know. Me and Charles are gonna have to discuss if we're just gonna can the Brandon Ash car at this point, but we'll see what.
Maybe
we'll just see.
Gibbs might. I don't know.
Well,
It might
it
only make its like scheduled appearances where it's actually set. Who knows?
Well, you know what else is going to happen? Bradley Reeman and Nelson. I know people sign up for cars, but if Brett Moma keeps performing like this in the Gibbs equipment, they're going to take a back door to the O2 car here.
They might.
Next
Who
week,
knows? There might be a call for a switch there for MoMA and Reem.
Yeah, seriously. And next weekend we're going to Old Canada. Again,
Well, we're
we're
staying
already
in Canada. We're in Ontario.
Well-
we go over to Canadian Tire for most.
Well, technically, we're going to be flying to North Wilkesboro for part of the week. So, but for the Cup Series boys, at least, we're going to be going there. Last year's race, Isaac Flinginger won the truck race, the duel, and he won every damn thing, including the Sun. So let's see how we can do next week. And the Paulton won there twice.
Somewhat controversial though at times.
Well, we're talking about the truck one, yeah, that's for sure. But hey, guys, Paul Swanson's best career finish from 35th to 10th. Good job by him. I had to point that out. But next weekend, guys, looking forward to Canada. Now, like I said, this was not a wreck fest. This was an entertaining race. If you did not like this, you do not deserve to be on this channel because you're an idiot. So I hope you enjoyed the race because I certainly did.
But we
This
still
was the most-
appreciate you for watching.
Yeah, we still appreciate it. But if you want to watch a crash fest, go join the 10-year-olds on the crash comps for NASCAR.
Oh, with that said, congrats to Brett MoMA on an astounding
Seriously.
win here at 3 Unit. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing related content. Leave a comment down below or on the Premier Chat or on Discord to let me know what you thought of this one.
Please. And you know what? Also, now Brian Moma has more career wins than Charles. Charles has ran six seasons.
Don't remind me of that. Oh, with that all said, though, for Steven Paul III, I'm Grand Fan 291, and this has been a production of the NRSL. We'll see you guys next time.
Somebody, please get Brett Mulmer a beer.